Alright guys, alright, I'm sorry, this is a voiceover, because I made this video in school. I am feeling a little sick, so my voice not gonna be that advertising, but I would advise you to watch this whole video. As you see up there, you can skip to whatever you want to see, but in those things, in this whole video, you're gonna learn the fastest way to get domain shards, how to solo monkey raid with the cursed beast ember curse technique, aka Kashimo, and you know what I'm saying, how to use his combos to solo the monkey raid. You're gonna learn something about the shop you probably didn't know, which I think is interesting. So as you can see, the beginning here, it's just me showing you some of my combos of how I would go about it. Really, the best thing that sits with me is you see the hit counter there, right down how many hits you got. I would say to try and just not let up on it, you know what I'm saying? So when you first come out the thing, you want to just throw a dragon at the ground where you think the explosion would hit most of the people, and just kind of like gather them all up. And you're going to defeat them, you know what I'm saying? The combos really, it doesn't matter here. It really only matters on the boss. So you know what I'm saying? You can really just do whatever you want here. Just try and clear out everybody as fast as you can. I think the faster you do it, and the more times you do it in a row, will be the best and fastest way to get domain shards. I think it ups the chance. Also, I also think that it's best to it's faster to get domain shards if you do it by yourself, because the boss's health won't be that high, and I know it will be hard with her just targeting you the whole time. She like to put you in these combos. She don't like to let off, and she loves to hold block like all the time. 50 feet back, she's holding block and probably just cancel your move. But I'm gonna show you how to overcome that. Also, I think it would be good if you could get Kashimo clan while having heavenly restriction, the physical one, because as you're gonna see in my stats thing, I only have 10 stats in my melee, and I really have 0. I have 10 because of my clan stats that it puts in there. And the Kashimo clan gives you a chance of shock, which is when you're attacking like melee or with your weapon, whatever. I think you have a bigger chance with just regular melee. You shock them, they get stunned for a short period of time, and it does a lot of damage. So without it, I do around like 64 damage with just my face melee, and then when I do it, I'm in like the 230s. And again, I only have 10 stats in my melee, so I think that's really good. And then if you have heavenly restriction, that maxes out your melee, so then you get the shot every now and then, and that's perfect. So as you can see here, we're about to head into the monkey raid, and this is where the combos actually matter. So what I do when I get in, I wait for those to come down, and I do this to cancel the ragdoll effect. It does not cancel damage. Sometimes I peep that it does, but not all the time. It really does, but it does cancel the ragdoll effect. So I do, when I first come out here, I use lightning rampage, and then, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to use everything in order, but this is just for the way I like to go about it. The lightning blast doesn't really do anything to push me. When you do rising crush and raids, like with ceilings and stuff, the ceiling kind of delays it for it to fall down. So like, I advise you to wait until they're close up on you for the ball to hit them while it's on the way up, so it could be like an instant attack. Because if you don't do that, 9 times out of 10, the faucet is going to move and you're going to miss your shot. As if you have Kashimo ability and you do the raids, you might have peeped that already. Anyways, I have the Soul Splitting Katana, which is the only special grade weapon in the game. I promise you, the stuff, the requirements to get this is pretty crazy, but not that insane. You're going to get it before you get the domain shards. You only need 10 domain shards, and I got enough requirements to get this sword twice before I got 10 domain shards. But I also wasn't using what I'm teaching you now when I started, so who knows. But I really just used the sword as a follow-up to wait for my ability cooldowns to go down. You know what I'm saying? So 5 hits before the combo, the melee cooldown, or however you want to say it. I'm saying clearing the Maki raid is pretty easy by yourself. As you've seen up there, she don't have that much health with just you. Okay, the more people, the more health they get, because it's the more people that have to get 15% and able to get rewards. And that's a way to make it fair. Okay, so yeah, I really just say try and keep the counter on, the hit counter up, and just follow up with your attacks. These are my stats, and you know what I'm saying, you see the 0 in the melee, but like I was saying, so really you just want to keep the hit counter up. I say when you're using the sword as a follow-up, you might want to use the slashes, and then you might want to follow up with the jump, the launch attack, and then don't immediately go into the third ability, which is like an after image ability. Same if you're doing Kashimo and you're using the first attack, you want to wait for them to be, they still want to be in the air, but wait for them to be close to the ground for it to hit, but make sure they don't get too much feet on the ground, because Maki, like I said, do like to block, and as soon as she get on the ground, she might pick that block up or cancel your whole combo. So it's really a thing of perfect timing, but it's not really that small of a window gap, so it should be pretty easy. Just make sure you stay on top of what you're doing and try not to let up. But yeah, my stats aren't anything too crazy. I have defense and cursed energy on max. I don't know if this would help you any better, but of course it will be better than nothing, you know what I'm saying? Max cursed energy, max defense, that's max health. But anyways, these are my accessories. This is the requirement session. It's not really a heavy requirement. It's a give or take. This is just the stuff I have equipped it, and I'm able to solo the Maki raid. I'm pretty sure my level is also a big thing of that, since you only need 260 to do the Maki raid, and I'm 340. That's max level. These are my binding vows. You have overcharge. You can hold your ability to make the damage higher, capping at 17.5 by 6 seconds. So that means you really need to just hold it 2.5 seconds ish. You have overflow, or I think it's called, if I'll tap on it. Hold on. But like I said, this is a voiceover. Okay, berserk, as you could pause it and read it right there. I didn't really get it at first. I don't really see any changes in it. I do see my health regeneration do picks up a little faster for a little while. Usually while you're in the midst of battle, your health doesn't really regenerate. But Berserk, even if you're taking damage, you see your health going up to a certain amount until it stops. What is it called? The other one. I think it's called overwhelmed or whatever like that. Basically, when you get to like 15%, when you get to 50% of your health, your cursed energy overflows you. You get 2 times cursed energy regen and a plus 8% buff damage for 20 seconds while it's activated. This was really good for me for when I had the Infinity Clan. I was using it along with Sukuna. It just helped Infinity last longer. I used Affinity for a last resort. If I was low health and I need to stay alive longer, I use Affinity and don't use my curse techniques, just use my weapon. That's a good way to get your last little damage in. But yeah, these guys, they're annoying for me because you have a lot of people in the game and you go into the second wall and there's just a lot of people there. Like, also, I really prefer doing the actual monkey part more than other ones, even though it is harder and more time consuming. And you can see if you keep moving while you're already at the fast pace, you can dodge those. This is the combo revision area where you can just look at me. I am doing better this time. Is for I didn't let the other people get me that far down. This is where you can really just see my actual combos. I do switch up the follow-up sometimes, but yeah, this is just a better look, a second look. You know what I'm saying? These combos should only work with bosses. It should be able to work with the PvP also, even though they might be a little more moving around as the bosses, but AIs and their only job is to give you the hardest fight they can give you. So they're just gonna always be rushing at you, of course. Oh yeah, the lock-on feature, you know what I'm saying? It was weird for me when I first started using it. I tried it out. I didn't really like it at first, but trust me, you get used to it pretty fast. You don't have to use it for PvP if you don't want to for regular. But for Immaculate Boss, if you do want to get it over with fast, I would say this is the best way because you don't have to really worry about too much aiming. It's just a matter of timing and combos. It really just helps with easy follow-ups. So that's why I think it'll also be good in PvP as well. It makes it a lot easier. It's really not hard anymore. I say this is the fastest way to get domain shards, not because it's actually a faster way, but like because the faster you do it and get over with it, the faster you'll get the domain shards, right? And by yourself would be the fastest way. Also, something about the shop I forgot to tell y'all when it popped up. When you go into the shop, everything you had before, the money don't go down. From what I know, at least looking at Sukuna, because the original money for it was in fact $3 million, and it stayed at $3 million. But the requirements go down. You don't need that much requirements. The original requirements is 5 purple fingers and 10 red fingers. And when I go in there, if you go back and see, if I go into it again, I only need 2 purple fingers and 4 red fingers. And that goes for everything you own. The creator just recently added that. So I think it's a pretty cool feature. to where you could get back to things more quicker and how you actually want. I don't know if it saves your mastery, but it should, because it would be kind of dumb not to. But yeah, this is the section where I show you how to unlock your domain, just in case you are not in tune, or like you just didn't know on who that was, or like I said, in tune when they told us like how to go unlock it and stuff like that. This is where you go to unlock it. Okay, and this right here is the proper showcase. So you know what I'm saying, the Kashimo clans turn your light and purple. It gives you a shop window, kind of like Ichidori clan, right? You get a chance to hit Black Flash. So yeah, and then that is the transformation. It's pretty cool, not too insane, I would say. In my opinion, Sukuna's transformation is a little better just because it's more cinematic. Oh my goodness, I could talk. It's pretty cool. It looked cool. Okay. Right now, rank they do rack up like in total to like 3,000 damage. And this is the domain extension. It's an open domain, like Sukuna, which I like a lot. I like the open domain because the closed domains don't really put in any consistent damage. Open domains do, and you could also put more damage on it with your other abilities at the same time, making it like a trump card. Like you just get to drain your enemies' health with open domains. But yeah, that is the showcase. The combo ideas, requirements, give or take. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, the shop. I'm showing you, as you've seen, that requirements for Sukuna is down. Also has draw doll technique. The requirements are down for those. I had the requirements are down for finger bearer because I had that. You know what I'm saying? I bought Kashimo with Roblox. But yeah, this was the video.